Welcome back to another episode of Behind Our Lens.
I'm Jess.
And I'm Stef. And today we're going to be talking about Jess's trip to Vegas with Loud Luxury, Katy Perry, and Big Time Rush.
And then we're going to get into Stephanie working locally with Jessica Alba and going to the CNE.
So Jess, you were just in Vegas with Loud Luxury. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. Miles and I went to Vegas to do some fun content with Loud Luxury, and it was all around their show that they do at Hakkasan nightclub. So it's a very late night. They don't actually start and go on until like 1:30 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So definitely was an interesting day in terms of trying to prepare yourself for that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a cool experience for sure. In the morning, I was strategic about attempting to sleep in, but with the time difference, you're doing your best.
Right.
I actually found out from them that they basically have dinner at 10:30 almost regularly to sort of stay on schedule.
Wow.
That was one of my main questions. I was talking to like the crew that's with them all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how do they do it? Because they're going place to place and like plane to plane.
Yeah.
Different time zones. But they actually just sort of have their own schedule and they don't really change time zones, which is so mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. Seems like a better plan because I don't know what time zone I was on.
I guess you have to do that if that's the type of life you're living.
Yeah. So we planned for dinner at 10:30, but Miles and I went for the interview beforehand. So we met around like 9 p.m., did the interview. So much fun. They're always like such a pleasure to work with. Mm-hmm. It was very vibey for what we were doing. So it was very dark. Nice. And so always love low lighting. But after the setup, we did the interview. We did a little game with them and did a couple of social things. And then we had a chance to go back to the room, switch some stuff around. And then it was in for a really nice dinner. It was
where'd you go
so
for dinner?
lovely. It was Hakkasan.
Oh
My gosh.
It was really good.
Really good. It was all sort of like family style and sharing. Everything was delicious. Like I had nothing that wasn't amazing. And we were actually there with our winners as well. So this was part of a big contest that we did through iHeartRadio and our radio stations.
Yeah.
So our national winner was there at dinner with us, and we all had a fun time with Loud Luxury.
What a cool contest to win.
Yeah, so much fun. It was like a really cool night out for them and like a fun trip to do different things in Vegas. From there, we went to the club with Loud Luxury for their show.
What a cool sentence to say.
Yeah. Which I actually thought that we were just going to a VIP booth. Mm-hmm. But then I realized we were in the booth.
In the DJ booth.
Yeah,
like
in the DJ booth.
Yeah.
Because at first I just thought maybe this is like a pit stop,
right.
But then I realized, oh, no, like this is the DJ booth.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was they're so good, and like the energy that they have for going nonstop, I don't know how they do it.
Right.
I filmed a bunch of clips of like Miles doing just whatever in the booth and like dancing around, and they had him at the front.
Oh my God, fun.
Yeah, so he was over there with them like pretending to DJ. And it was a really late night, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, what time did you get home or back to the hotel?
It was like by the time I got up there and everything, it was probably like 3:40, like 4 a.m.
Oof, yeah.
So.
Was it packed?
Oh, it was really packed. It was packed in like the GA and then also VIP.
Wow.
Like everything was really full. And this was a Thursday night.
I mean,
so
every night is the weekend in Vegas, I guess.
Apparently, because I was impressed for a Thursday night.
Yeah.
It was like you wouldn't have thought it was a Thursday.
That's crazy.
So.
And imagine doing that every night.
I don't know.
That's wild.
Yeah. And I mean, they just came off of doing Veld, which was crazy for them.
And they're jumping off to different festivals. And while you were in Vegas, you also went to go see a few shows.
Yes, I did.
About that.
It was so much fun. I ended up staying a bit longer, and I went to see Katy Perry's show, which I guess it's been like going on for a while now, and I think it's near sort of like the end of the first leg at least. Mm-hmm. So it literally, when I think of a show in Vegas and then you see that show, it fits so perfectly.
Nice.
I just feel like it's exactly as like a full entertainment sort of special with all of these different props and like huge over the top and the dancers and the costumes.
Yeah.
So it really is a show and not just like going to see an artist perform in Vegas.
Yeah, I feel like she fits so well in with that.
Yeah. And she actually talked a lot about how this sort of came like full circle for her and how, I forget exactly who it was, but I think it was her aunt, but it was someone in her family that like way back they worked in Vegas, like at a hotel that was at the same soil where this new resort is, where she's doing the show.
Wow.
So it was like very much like sort of like fate for her.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
Yeah. And I really liked Mr. Poupette.
What is that?
Mr. Poupette is the big poop puppet that's in the toilet.
She has that on stage?
Yeah.
Wow.
So during the, like a couple, like basically when they swap between sets, it's sort of a story and it kind of gives you the vibes of like Toy Story type thing. So sort of inanimate objects that are now alive.
Got it.
And so there's a giant toilet. And there is a giant turd that comes out of the toilet.
Lovely.
And she sings with it, does some twerking.
What songs does she sing with that?
Yeah, so she did California Girls for sure. There were definitely some other ones because she does probably like 3 or 4 at a time, like between scenes. But it was great. There was a lot going on. She was like in a dumpster with a rat that talked. What? Yeah, there was actually also the craziest like fan dance battle.
Oh.
It was so cool to see.
In the crowd?
No, she brought them on stage.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, so she ended up asking someone where they were from, like from across the entire place. And in the back of the theater, this guy was like yelling New Zealand. So he was there all the way from New Zealand.
Wow, that's
and
a trip.
She had him come down, and then they also do a thing where you can dance with her on stage every night, and it's like a charity type auction.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's like a donation thing. And so there was this adorable girl, and she was probably, I think, like 9.
Oh.
And the two of them, so the 9-year-old wanted to be on Broadway.
Wow.
So she dances.
That's really cool.
And then he was a dancer for like most of his life.
Oh, perfect.
Up to this, so it was crazy.
Wow.
So much fun. And yeah, so they had like a dance battle. It was amazing. And like Katy was involved and it just looked like so much fun.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like she's a perfect entertainer for Vegas.
Yeah.
I've seen her a few times live in Toronto and
so great.
She puts on such a great show.
She sounded amazing. Like everything was great. There was the typical like confetti at the end.
Nice.
And, yeah, there was a girl crying in front of me. Oh. Like everyone was having a great time.
That's so sweet. You know, people used to say to me all the time that I looked like Katy Perry.
I could see that.
That was like the biggest comparison I got
really?
like, my entire life. Yeah.
Wow.
And I also used to wear like that bright pink lipstick that she used to wear.
Yeah.
So I feel like at that time.
Yeah.
Anyways, but
I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually, so I ended up going to Big Time Rush as well.
How was that?
Well, I didn't know at the time. I didn't realize when I got the ticket because I just bought it the day of.
Yeah.
That it was the last show of the tour.
Oh, fun.
So it was really good. Like, I've never seen them in like a full, especially not their own tour.
Right.
We saw them on the red carpet in Vegas, actually last time for the music festival.
That's right.
And so they're always really lovely. They're always like really happy, over the top.
Yeah.
And like they always seem great with their fans and their audience. But to see it firsthand, wow, like they put the fans first.
Aww.
They had fans on stage.
I love this fans on stage business.
I know. What's going on?
Like,
we need that here.
Yeah.
And what it reminded me of was when One Direction went on their first tour and tried bringing up fans.
Oh my gosh.
And it lasted like 2 shows before they were being like torn apart online.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't do it.
Oh, torn apart online.
Yeah, because the girls wanted to be those
jealous.
girls. So they were so jealous that they ruined it for everyone.
Wow.
But that's what it reminded me of, because during Worldwide, they actually all went to like pick a girl out of the audience to bring them up
Wow.
on stage. They ended up having an extra too, so there were 5 girls on stage for this performance, and they're like hugging each other, holding hands, like singing to them. And I was like, this was my dream as a directioner.
Literally. A
Like-
dream of any fan who
Yeah.
loves a boy band or
Crazy. But it felt really nice. It was just a great show. They're great performers.
Mm-hmm.
The stage was really fun. They were all over the place. They were doing like some dance moves.
Cool.
And it just reminded me of like the boy band days. And
Yeah.
It made me
We love a good boy band.
sad, happy, bittersweet. But yeah, it was so much fun. They
That's
had
cool.
those fans afterwards like leave the stage,
Mm-hmm.
but they had 2 stay who had been to every show of the tour.
Wow.
And they brought out the front part of the drum and they had signed it for them for each fan. So the 2 girls had this whole like
Oh my God.
circle drum piece
Wow.
and they like
They got to
had
bring it
photo-
home?
Yeah, it was for them and it was like such a big moment of them recognizing these
Yeah.
fans. I was like, I
Well,
would
like-
simply pass away.
Yeah, what a commitment. I mean, going to every
Yeah,
show on
I
the
don't,
tour.
I don't
would-
want to know how much that costs.
I know, that's expensive, but also for them to notice them.
Yeah.
I mean, I would hope so at that point.
You
But also,
would, but also like
that's
who
kinda
knows where
hard
their
to be
tickets
noticed.
were every
Yeah.
time, and like I'm impressed.
Yeah.
So I was like really impressed with how much attention there was
Yeah.
to everything.
that's really nice.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's rare to find that these days,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No, I feel like you don't see that often.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe it's just today's economy.
Maybe.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
why.
It's a little harder to travel with
Yeah.
the band these days.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds like a fun Vegas trip. And how was the weather?
It was so hot.
Yeah.
I was so hot all the time. Thank God I brought my neck fan. Again, my life-saving purchase.
Love
Anyone
that neck
needs
fan.
that. Yeah. And I brought it with me everywhere that I could and had it on all the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. Was there anything else fun that you got to do while you were in Vegas?
Miles and I did go to Madame Tussauds, which
Ooh.
was very fun.
Always a fun time.
I haven't been in a while, and I think I forgot like how long it had been
Right.
because they have so many artists there now.
Yeah.
And I mean, so that location specifically in Vegas had Tupac, it had Drake,
Wow.
Bad Bunny,
Wow.
so many. Like
Yeah,
and
a
just
lot of new
really
artists.
good. Yeah, like Megan Thee Stallion,
Wow.
Nicki Minaj, Miley Cyrus, and the Wrecking Ball.
Fun.
Yeah, so much fun. You can get on the Wrecking Ball.
Oh my God, that's cool.
Yeah. So they had like, it was really interactive too, because they had Miley, the Wrecking Ball, they had Megan Thee Stallion with the horse. Like, it was really fun. And
is cool.
Miles is always hilarious. So lots of cool content that we did there.
Nice.
And yeah, I have all the photos of Miles at Madame Tussauds.
You can make a photo collage.
Yeah. What have you been up to lately at work?
Well, I've been holding it down here in Toronto. A lot has been going on. Jessica Alba actually came in recently,
Wow.
which was so cool. She came in with Lizzy Mathis. They're doing a new renovation show called Honest Renovations.
Cool.
Yeah, and
I feel like everyone's getting into renovation.
I know, right?
Did you know Lil Jon has a renovation show?
No. What?
Yeah, I actually just told Miles about this.
What does
randomly.
he do?
Sort of like over the top kind of reno type things.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, Lil Jon.
Interesting.
All of the things.
That is so random. I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah,
Is
it
it-
randomly was on one night.
Yeah, where is it airing? HGTV?
I'm pretty sure.
Wow, random.
It's hilarious.
That is so random.
I know.
Interesting. But yeah, so Jessica Alba and Lizzy Mathis came in to Virgin Radio Toronto to talk to the morning show, Virgin Mornings, about Honest Renovations.
Cool.
And let me tell you, they walked in. First off, they're both so tall. I don't know if it was their heels, but
Wow.
maybe it was their heels. But they just, and I'm pretty sure, but they looked very tall. And they were like in these cute outfits. Lizzy was wearing blue, Jessica was wearing yellow. And they just looked so good. I was like really taken back. I was like, wow, they're gorgeous. First off, first impression. Then they took a seat, did the interview, and they were both So funny, so down to earth. You can tell Jessica really loves like home renovations, and that the show is also like them helping families.
That's nice.
And they seemed like really, in tune with
Involved.
that. Yeah, very involved. So that was really cool. It was really cool to see such a big name come into the studio.
I love Jessica Alba.
Yeah, me too.
You gotta stick with my Jess, cause
Yeah, that's right. Jess and Jess.
yeah.
So it's actually the 20th anniversary of Honey,
No.
which is insane. 'Cause
What?
that feels like, maybe 9 years ago. How's that 20 years ago?
That's crazy.
And Honey was filmed in Toronto.
No way.
Yeah.
That just makes me feel really old.
Really old, and also like, how did I not know that? It's
Yeah.
been 20 years just finding out
Wow.
Toronto. But
That's so cool that she came in.
it was really cool. Really cool to see her. And now in Toronto, we have the Canadian National Exhibition going on, the CNE, which is always the end of summer. That's how you know summer's ending,
Boo.
which is so sad. But the CNE is so fun, so it's a really bittersweet. But I got to go to their media preview, and we got we got to check out the new, I think it's called a 360 Ferris wheel.
Oh.
Very cool, very different.
Is it
for
more
this
like
year.
the pods?
Yeah, it's like the pods. And then we got to go to the coolest part, which is to preview all of the cool, funky foods that the CNE is going to have this year.
Yeah.
It was really cool. One of the producers for Chum ate a 4-pound taco,
Insane.
which was, I don't know how he finished it,
I don't know
but he
how
did.
you could commit to that.
Yeah, it was wild. He really committed. And
Wow.
he did it, but he's alive, so that's good.
Did he get anything for it?
He got a sticker.
Yay.
It's worth it for a sticker. No, but there was so much. There was like deep fried pizza from Pizza Pizza.
Wow.
There was Fruity Pebble fried cheese curds. There was, so gross, but maybe somebody likes it. But there was like a cheeseburger ice cream.
Oh my god, I saw that online and it looks disgusting.
It looks great.
I saw that they like serve it with a pickle,
Yeah.
which I'm like the biggest fan of pickles, and
Yeah.
that just ruins it for me.
Yeah,
Like,
it didn't look great.
Don't disgrace my pickle.
And I don't know if all the samples were just gone when we got to that part, but we couldn't try it. So
Well,
it either did amazing or they had no samples. So I'm unsure. But there was so many things. There was like a samosa sandwich with fried chicken in the middle, Krispy Kremes with fried chicken,
wow,
tater tot, poutine style. They call it toutine.
that sounds nice.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Love
a lot
good
of like
tater tot.
a lot of desserts. They have like milkshakes with cheesecakes on top of them.
Oh,
The craziest foods at the
it's a
CNE.
commitment.
Yeah, so I'm excited to go check out the CNE and
Yeah.
try and find some things to eat.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, but the CNE is always a good time, and you always get in free if you're going to a concert, if you're going to Budweiser stage for a concert. So that's always been fun.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you're going to a Toronto FC game or a concert at Budweiser stage, you get into the CNE for free. So I like to
Wow.
go early and go walk around the CNE
Yeah.
and then go to wherever, or go to the concert or game and then afterwards walk around.
Wow,
Yeah, it's a good time.
2 in 1.
2 in 1. What a way to end
I
out
love
the
a
summer.
good deal.
Yeah. Right? But yeah, so that was really fun. And yeah, lots going on. So busy.
Yeah.
Don't know how we even have time to sit here.
I don't know how the
And do
summer is
this
coming to an end.
I know. I'm really
What
sad
is
about the
going
summer
on?
coming to an end.
Yeah,
But gotta enjoy it while we can,
that's for sure. We should go outside.
And on that note, thank you for joining us for another episode of Behind Our Lens. Let us know how you're going to end your summer. If you're going to any concerts, any festivals, we want to know how you're celebrating.
And we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.